Hi everyone, welcome back and welcome to part 2 of today. I wanted to put my face on. It's that time and I wanted to get ready with you guys. Hair's up, it's getting serious in here. And I wanted to touch back bases on my KKW products, my concealer, baking powder, highlighting powder, meaning it's not highlight but brightening for your under eye. I've been wearing them to work, kind of going back and forth with them, and I just kind of want you guys to know where I landed, so you know, sorry, Invisalign issues, so you know if it's worth the money or not. I also picked up this new brow pencil. This is actually a L'Oreal brow pencil. This color I got was dark blonde. I tried to get my pencils just a little bit lighter than what you would think, because once you get kind of your pencil on, then you get either your pomade or your powder on over it, or in my case I love to use the double duty Tarte tinted brow gel, and this color is taupe, and once you kind of layer it up, your brows get pretty dark anyways. Now for a cheaper alternative from my Dior brow pencil or the Benefit brow, precisely my brow, it's okay. Like, I wouldn't say it's a little waxy for me, but it applied. I got it to blend out basically through my brow hairs what brow hair I have, and it's okay. Like, so I'm gonna keep using that, working with it, and see kind of how it goes, how it wears, blah blah blah. I'm gonna wear it to work, see if my brows fade or move around. But when you kind of double up your products in your brows, it does help your brows to stay still and not go anywhere. I'm still using the clear brow gel just to kind of brush them up and hold them in place all day. This stuff literally lasts all day. So I got a new palette also I can go over with you. This is Cats Pajamas. If anybody watches Laura Lee, you know she loves cats. She doesn't own dogs, she owns cats. So she's the same company that made Nudie Patootie this actually came out first. But she put it on sale for 25 bucks, and I was like, okay, for 25 bucks, I'm going to get this palette. This one was 45. Great formulation, I say again. Great palette, great versatility. I wear it all the time. I reach for it all the time. Cat's Pajama is a great palette. Has a mirror, just like the other one. The color scheme is different. Started wearing this, started really liking it. Again, Laura Lee has great formulations on her eyeshadows. Her mattes are super creamy. They spread and blend like a gem. So I'm still using this empty bottle of Osmosis foundation, if you can believe it. I mean, this stuff seems to be endless in here. And since I'm not about to waste it, I'm just going to keep going until I can't get any more out. And I have my new bottle still waiting in the wings, but I just still keep getting plenty of stuff out of this bottle. It's so weird. So I'm still going strong. And lately I've been blending out with my foundation brush, which is E31. And so let's talk about KKW. I bought the entire set, so it's a 3-piece set. The price tag is not that bad. You know, it's not any worse than anything else in the makeup industry. I feel like her stuff definitely has her name on it, meaning, you know, the price comes with the reputation, comes with the name. Um, so, my concealer is way too light, as I said before, but what I've been using it for, I probably should have got shade 1 or 2 or 3. This is shade 1. And it's way too light, but I've been putting it in my inner corners here to brighten up this spot right here. Looks really, really nice. It's a great tip that I've been using off and on. I thought the baking powder was not me. I found it to be very drying on my mature skin, which is weird because supposedly Tarte Amazonian clay powder, the smooth operator, has a reputation in younger ages for being drying. But yet on me, since I use a moisture stick to set my concealer, you know, I use my moisture stick before I put my concealer on, the smooth operator is not drying at all. So I'm wondering if it's a combination or if it's just skin. Of course it's skin types, but when I was young I had no need to put a moisture stick down under my eyes. So I found the baking powder very drying, and since I can't really bake per se, it's just because the more I bake, if I try it, it's too much on a mature face. It's really cakey. So I say, if you're gonna buy one, use the concealer's great. This under eye brightening powder is awesome. I use this as the last step when my face is on. I use my under eye brush, which is the same brush I use every single day. This is Morphe E4437, and it just fits right under there. I just dip in and brush over, and it really brings light to your under eye. It makes you have transition. Your whole face is just not one color. It really, really looks nice. So I would recommend the under eye brightening powder and the concealer in the right shade. But I would not recommend, if you're dry at all, mature at all, I think you can skip the baking powder. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. But I think you can skip it. So I think my Tarte powder works much better, and it doesn't dry me out. So I'll take non-drying powder all day, every day, over a powder that does dry. Because I'm not trying to look older when I've got, you know, my full sense of glam on. I'm trying to look younger. And yay, I just wiped that concealer right into my brow. So you can take the other side of your wet sponge and just dab in there, kind of get it off, and then I'll go back with the brow gel and just darken it back up because it did look dumb. So remember, mistakes are easily corrected in the world of makeup. So I've been wearing Cats Pajamas a lot since I've got it. Wearing it to work, putting it on at 6:10 in the morning. This is Cats Pajamas. I've been sticking kind of to this row with a hint of these guys, but I think I'm gonna venture on down here into the warm, more purpley tone shades. I did use a bit of black to kind of edge in my eye look a couple of days. It's a nice matte black. It's a nice palette. You cannot go wrong when you want to spend money to get Laura Lee palettes. It's at lauralee.com, Laura Lee Los Angeles. They're well worth your hard-earned money, and they'll last forever. I mean, I have literally been using Nudie Patootie for how long now, and it doesn't even look like... I mean, it looks a little loved, but really, you can't even tell it has wear out of it. So what I do with the super too light shade is just draw 2 lines like that, because I'm figuring now as I age, we have strange colorations happening different parts of our body that we didn't have before. So I'm squishing my Morphe Beauty Blender, and I'm just tapping right on in. And I'm still using my fingertips to tap and give my concealer a good push. I'm making sure that there's absolutely no creases in my under eye before I put my powder on. And I'm still powdering in with my Tarte Amazonian Clay. I recommend this powder highly, and I recommend, as we're getting older, to go on the bacon. So yeah, I put too much on, but I'm not smashing it into my under eye. What I do is end up dusting the rest off that's done kind of at the end of my makeup. So I definitely want to powder in my eyelids. There's always a big debate. Should you set your eyelid? Should you not? A lot of makeup artists say they don't set their eyelids, meaning they don't put powder onto their eyelid preparation, whether they use concealer or eyelid primer. They say your colors are more radiant and pop more without powder. I've mentioned this before, the theory. I don't go for the theory. I've tried it both ways, experimented, and figured out for myself that I need powder because my eyelids are looser now. And it does get a little grabby when you don't have powder and then you want to put your eyelid on. So that's my suggestion. If your eyelids are just any type of loose from aging, go ahead and just dust some light powder over them. And I'm going to use Cats Pajamas, and I'm going in with Bomb Diggity. I know, and the names of these shadows are just cray. So, and I've got my big fluffy Morphe 535. Turning my camera a little bit. Make sure you tap off, because you never know. You don't want to get a big poof mess when you're building your crease or building a color. And these matte shades in this palette, oh my god, I cannot say enough good things about this. You're barely just dipping tapping in, tap off, and it's amazing how much color payoff that you get just off of barely dipping in. It's crazy. But that means you're getting your money's worth. And the shadows are kind of, and your brush are doing the hard work for you. Even if blending is your worst subject, say in makeup, say you don't, blending is not your thing. Say your thing is eyebrows. When you use the proper brush and a good shadow that doesn't skip or lose its pigment as you're windshield wipering, meaning it holds its pigment, that will make everything so much easier for you. Or if you're just starting to venture into the world of, hey, let me change my look. Now I'm adding Kooky, which is in the bottom row here. And I'm barely touching the pan. And I'm just deepening up my crease. I want to just try these lower, more purpley type, and I'm mixing them in with a nice brown because you saw that first transition shade was more of a brown color. So now I want to highlight. So I'm going to grab, not this, I'm going to grab my Anastasia Glow Palette. Been using this a lot lately. There's a lot of highlighter shade choices. These go on your eyes just as well as they go on your face. I've been using this palette for everything lately. Lid color, under eye, underbrow color, on my brow bone. I got my little teeny tiny detail brush. This is Morphe 213. And you just pack that right in under where your eyebrow starts to arch. That's where you want to pack it in. Brow bone, highlight. And don't worry if it's messy or doesn't look right when you're packing it on, because nothing looks very good when you're packing. Remember, I always tell you that. Also, I should say that makeup order preference is a personal preference. If you guys want to do your eyes first and leave your face blank, so if it falls on your face you don't have to worry about it, then you should do it that way. I'm stuck on the order that I put my makeup on. And my loose powder that I tap on catches any fallout, and so that's how I do it. But just because you see me doing the same order and over and over, it does pretty much as a personal preference. So I'm taking my 535 and just going over, so I've got everything just seamlessly blended. And I'm going to put some glue on. I normally do. This is the Too Faced glitter glue. And just tap into the places that you want to put a more shade that's got some shimmer or glitter or any kind of oomph, because you want it to maintain its oomph. You want to maintain your sparkle. You want it to look the same way at 10 o'clock at night as it did when you put it on. Now, I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to use this pinky shade because I've got sort of nice browns blended with more purpley toned. So I think this pink starburst shade will look absolutely stunning mixed in. So remember, just tap on. Your finger is a great tool for kind of like shimmery shades. Just pack it in. Make sure you get to the center of the eyeball, because you want to use your outer corners to keep it darkened up. So switch your brush, tighten your brush up. This is an R37 Morphe, and tap in. Out the other is what I'm tapping into in the palette, and I'm using a packing motion and kind of a back and forth, because I'm building color on the outer corner, and back and forth. And I kind of want to blow this kind of out, so I'm bringing it out and just a tad over. Remember, keep your hand very light, because you don't want to crease your loose eye skin. There is no nice way to say that. Is there? I mean, I just don't think there is. Grab yourself a pencil brush. I'm going back in with Kooky on my under eye, meaning my lash line, and I am going to extend it all the way out. You can see that it's a pretty good line. Don't worry. Remember, what goes up must come down. This pencil brush here is pretty hefty pencil brush. It's one of the bigger ones, with a nice barrel on it, so it will lay down a lot of color, which makes your job even easier. Now I want to balance this side without the other. Then kind of back and forth motions. You're blending this all together, and you're going to come across, as soon as your brush is pretty much empty of product, then you're just dragging whatever's left across and blending. Now that looks so cool. I'm going to grab my big 535, tap into the lighter shade that is called Bomb Diggity, and I'm just reintroducing the color up high, because I want you to be able to see it in my look, in my transitions per se. And my lighting is terrible today. Natural light mixed with lamp light. That's okay. We're just going to make it work. Now I'm going to put on some bronzer, and I'm going to use Hourglass. Did you think I could use anything else? No. And guess what I forgot? I forgot my Osmosis powder to set my foundation. I usually always set my foundation right after I put it on. Still bragging, loving, telling anybody that will listen that this Osmosis pressed base foundation powder is the best product, the best money that I've spent. Basically anything that says Osmosis is the best money I've spent. Good products good ingredients, meaning there's no chemicals, there's no poison, there's no nothing. This stuff is like food for your skin. I know I've said that before because Susan says it when she talks about her natural makeup. This Osmosis powder is, I can't even with the description. If you're mature, if you're dry, this will not cling to your patches. It will not emphasize them. And no, it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, I would not say it if it wasn't true. I have patch problems like right through here. Nothing. This powder just goes right over the top, melds right on in. This stuff is gold. I will never ever be without it. So I'm bronzing up. My still favorite bronzer brush, this is E59. Remember to kind of go below the cheekbone because you want to bring your face shape. You want to bring color into the shape. You want to get some carving going on. I'm still been contouring my nose a lot. I've still been loving it. I even do it in the morning. It doesn't really take that long. I still use my Tarte Princess palette, Park Avenue Princess. I'm still loving this. You can use this light shade in here for your under eye up. If you don't have KKW, this stuff works just as well. If not, to me, it works just as well. I'm going to use Glow to contour. And it is weird to get used to contouring at first. At least it was for me. I hadn't spent a lot of time contouring. But it's really worth the effort. It looks dumb when you first put it on, but you don't leave it like that, obviously. And this strange looking brush can be a great tool in your makeup arsenal. You can put powder, dip this brush in a powder. This is a Morphe M459, and you can just stamp your face with it, then brush it off when you're done. And if you get in the eyeshadow palette, or if you want to create a very sharp line, stamp this in. And if you want to contour, this guy is super precise. It's going to go exactly where you put it. If you want to carve you out some cheeks, then I suggest you carve on out with a very flat brush. It's very precise, so if you're not used to contouring or shading high and low, then start with a tool that is great for beginners. It's very easy to find the underside of your cheekbone, and you can just press this into it, and your product will stay right where you press. And then you're just going to want to take a bigger brush and blend it out. Don't leave your harshness. And on my nose, I find if I just grab my sponge and kind of tap it around, that's good for me. Like, I want the contour to be there, just not like just two straight lines. So I still want it there. I still want it to kind of make my huge nose or semi-huge nose look just perkier, cut, sleek. Yeah. And blush. Been using my Tarte blush palette a lot lately. This was a great purchase. It was, I think they still, yes, it's still on their website. Great packaging. I'm sure this would travel well. I've traveled to horse shows with this. I use almost every single stinking color in here. Remember, ladies, you don't have to wear the same colors. Try it out. Try it out in your bathroom. Try it out in a hotel. Try it wherever you are. Just try a new color. Try to step out of your comfort zone. The best discoveries I find are made outside of my comfort zone. And if I'm in doubt, I'll go ahead and wear it to work. I will force myself to wear it to work. And that way, I've got to look at it all day and just be like, do I like it? Do I not? Does this work for me? Does it not? You know, just whenever I go to the restroom, I'm forced to see what I'm trying. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm washing my hands. I'm naturally in front of the mirror. I'm touching my hair up. I'm messing around, doing whatever I need to do. And so I forced myself to look at a makeup color or technique that I haven't used before. And it's really helped me be able to do stuff outside of my comfort zone more often. I've been wearing a little pink eyeshadow lately, and I mean pink. Not 1970 pink, but Nudie Patootie has pink in it. And this beautiful shade right here, its name is Bear. Incorporating that right into my transition, been loving it. And for eyeliner lately, I've been using black shadow or the darkest shade in whatever palette I'm using. And I'm using my flat, very flat, precise. This is a Morphe 432. This tool is very, very nice to have. It just lays right on your lash line. You don't really have to be super talented. You know, like these girls that do makeup every day, all day, they're talented. Their talent can't be denied. To me, the most talented girl is Nikki Tutorials. You can follow her. You just look her up on YouTube. She's Dutch. Lives in Holland, but travels back and forth to the U.S. quite often for makeup stuff. I have never seen more talent. She's basically an artist, but with makeup. The looks that she does and the blending, and you guys don't take my word for it. Look her up. It's very great. The stuff you learn is amazing. She is amazing. She is amazing. So by using this very tight brush, I've seated my eye. And when you put your mascara on, it has somewhere to come out of. It really kind of gives your eyeshadow look a very finished look when you have some sort of eyeliner on. I have a hooded eye, and I'm trying to give myself every advantage. And when you switch to use this on the lower lash line, you just scoot it right up against the lashes, because the other colors that you've put on remain. And this kind of just becomes a very tight, they call it tight lining, that's actually the word for it. And because you're not drawing weight or anything like that, so you're just basically stamping on right onto your lash line. And I'm still gonna put on some Cupcake. I'm still obsessing about Glow Skin Beauty, and no, I do not wear lip liner every single day, all day. You can overdraw with this kind of applicator because it has a point. They call this a doe foot applicator. I just go outside of my lip line and make sure, and I just make kind of my own lip line, and this stuff, this formula, is so perfect. It allows you to go outside the lip line, and it doesn't make you look like a freak. Hey, that's important, okay? I'm still digging my Tarte mascara. This is gifted. This is made out of clay. Remember, Tarte has a reputation for using good ingredients in their products, not being as harsh as the next guy. So when you're purchasing makeup, using good ingredients is always preferable. I'm gonna try some Glow Skin Beauty palettes, actual eye palettes. They are made from minerals, is what I understand. So I'm gonna give those a try. I have not done that, and when I do, I'll let you guys know. And I just try to stay heavy on the outer corner. Why? Because my eyes are small, and I'm trying to create that I have more space than I do. Remember, with makeup, you can create pretty much or fake out anything. You can make yourself be like smaller eye, big eye, round eye, more cut eye, like a more kind of sharp. You can do anything you want. And techniques are only a matter of practicing. So we're all busy. I get it. I'm busy. I have a busy life. Don't we all? But take those few minutes and just give it a try. Practice windshield wiper if that's not your thing. If eyebrows aren't your thing, practice your eyebrows. I've seen a lot of mature women making the mistake of not putting anything on their brows. Keep in mind, ladies, that as we age, we lose the color in our brow. So I've actually seen plenty of women that basically just have some hairs up there that have absolutely no color to them. And I'm going to put my KKW on last. You need your brows, ladies. You need to have some pigment to them to give your face the shape that it once had. And I defy anybody to tell me that they don't want to look younger or more vibrant, or walk up to their husband and be like, hey, what do you think of this look? Or, believe it or not, ladies, sometimes when I put my face on, I go to work, my husband happens to work at the same place just right now. It's been a very great blessing. We eat lunch together. We don't work directly together. It's a huge complex. But he's able to come in, maybe just run through, on his normal work day, and he will just say, without me saying, hey, do you like this look? He will just look at my makeup and go, wow, honey, nice makeup. You look beautiful. Or he'll say, you look so pretty today. And even if we didn't work at the same place right at this moment in time, he wouldn't tell me that, when he got home or when I got home, however it would go. I think effort into your look, even if you like a super natural look, like a super, just like not a lot of color, like this particular look is not super like, wow, I have on the green and I have on, this is a pretty, for me, kind of subdued. But I think when my thoughts are about marriage is effort. Forever is a long time. So Do I look hot every day? No, that's not realistic. What I'm saying is you want to do your look, whether it's natural look or full glam or half glam, no lashes, lashes, whatever that look is, and you want to get it on. You want to be like, this is me, this is my look, this is what I rock. Because after you've been married 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you want to still feel like it's, and your husband appreciates your look and you appreciate his look. This is not a one-way street for me. When my husband gets a haircut or when he's wearing like something, I even tell him he wears nice jeans. Like, it can be shorts, jeans, anything. I always try to remember that it's important for me to tell him, hey, you look nice today. I think sometimes as women we forget that guys like to hear the same stuff we like to hear. I want to hear, oh, your hair looks so great, or whatever. I want to hear those things, so I make sure I tell my person, my husband, whoever your person is, that they look nice today. Love is cheap, meaning it costs me nothing. It's not to make the effort to do my look, to tell my husband he looks nice. It's free, it doesn't cost me anything. It enriches my life. It enriches our marriage. Because the grind of working every single day, we're paying bills, we're living life, that stuff sucks you down the rabbit hole very quickly. And that's totally normal. And I've heard many people, I've literally lived all over the world from the military. I've met many couples tell me that passion dies and they accepted it. They were okay with it. They didn't seem unhappy to me when I would have these random conversations at different times and different ages of my life. And I always, even as a young girl, I thought, wow, okay, really? Is that really what happens? Well, it did in my first marriage, and I accepted it. I thought it was something that was totally normal. Now we're just friends, good friends, and we're married. Like that. Can you have like steaming passion every day of your life? No. Because we've got to do real stuff. But I chose well, and in my second attempt at marriage, even if you're still married to the same guy the first time, I think hearing and having these conversations back and forth, love your people. Men aren't wired like women. I love the way men are wired. I don't want to change them. I don't care about their sports watching or their sex thoughts. Like, I like them the way that they are. They were born to be that way. And women were born to be the way that they are. The caretakers, the nurturers. And I don't expect my husband to nurture because I do the nurturing. So maybe now that I'm older and wiser, and I lived through more things, maybe I stopped trying to make my husband be something that he's not, or he was never meant to be. I think I have to be able to make myself happy first, and then I can make everyone else in my world, my people, then it just all comes naturally. These last pounds that I'm trying to lose, I'm down, I think my total now is like 88 pounds. So I've got, I don't know, conservatively 15, I guess, by now. I've lost a few more here recently. And I just kind of keep inching down to the goal. So yeah, I get hard on myself. I don't make myself happy sometimes because I'm pissed or I'm angry because like, how long does this take? Like, what else can't I eat? What else workouts can I do? You know, I just get lost in the effort to stay healthy, maintain a balance. So definitely not perfect. Neither is anyone that I know. But I love my people with their flaws, and I love myself with my flaws. I have many, but it's okay. I'm not ashamed of them either. I believe my flaws are competitive. I'm very competitive when I ride. I can be very honest, as people tell me, brutal. But I tell my daughter honesty has no emotion. So that may sound harsh, but she's young and I don't want her compensating for things she doesn't have to. So this tonight's video wasn't just makeup. It turned into a whole therapy session, which I actually love. I actually love talking about my life or my goals, my health goals. I have a few new supplements that I have been studying. I'm going to share those with you on the next video. I listened to a medical conference from a Dutch researcher, a bioengineer guy. Have some information to share with you about that conference. It was amazing. Some of the best couple hours of my life. Of course, only I would say that, as most people that know me are like, it's a medical conference? Why are you watching that? Like, you know, it's just me. Like, it is one of my passions. So I'm going to sign off now. And no highlight. Don't fall out. And I really enjoy this look. I'm telling you, Cats Pajamas is a great little palette. It was on sale. This is 10 shades, as I had to count them. A great palette, great quality. You see, I have no fallout even though, yes, I did just dust off, I forgot. But the blendability of these shades are amazing. And I find for mature eyes that can be kind of saggy, you need quality shadows. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you on the next one.